Alrighty then, thank you for tuning in. I'm Matthew Baker of Beautiful New York Tours, and as you can see, we're doing things a little differently today. It's a beautiful day in New York City and I really needed to get outside, but of course we are practicing social distancing. So I have come up to the roof of my apartment building where there is sunshine and fresh air, but I am not contributing to the overcrowding of the streets. So I thought we would come up here, get a nice view, look around, and do what I call touring the view. If we can't go out among the sights we see, we'll come up to where we can see and talk about what we can see. Let's have a look. Now, first things first, of course, we have the skyline of Manhattan, and the tallest building there on the skyline, I have to confess, is one I don't like. I apologize for being negative, but that tall, thin building that looks like it was made of Legos and not in a cool way. You notice how it seems to have a few floors empty? That's because they are. The architect actually left those floors unfinished so that the wind would blow through them and lower the wind resistance. If you have to leave your building unfinished to stop the wind from knocking it down, what does that tell you about the wisdom of the design? Now, a lot closer to home here is my neighborhood, Astoria, Queens. Astoria is popularly known as Little Athens. That's an unofficial nickname because the Greek community here in Astoria is very well known and has a long and time-honored history here. But in the last decade or so, Astoria has taken over from neighboring Elmhurst as the single most diverse neighborhood on the planet. Now, that diversity is measured by the number of languages spoken and the number of national origins of the residents. Over on this side of the roof, we have a very nice view of my local subway station. I'm on the N train here in Astoria. And of course here it is not a subway, it's above ground, the elevated train, but it is part of the most comprehensive public transit system in the world. Not the largest, that's Moscow, not the oldest, that's London, not the most well-kept, heaven knows, that's Tokyo, I believe, but the most comprehensive. More parts of the city are served, fewer parts of the city are left unserved by the transit system here in New York than any other major city. Now, if we come around to the north, we have an interesting view in the distance of two of the great bridges of the city. New York is very well known for its fabulous bridges. The one with the red arch is the Hell Gate Bridge, named for the part of the water that it crosses, where the East River, the Harlem River, and the Long Island Sound meet. The undertow that these conflicting currents creates made for a very difficult passage for the sailors in the days of the old sailing ships, so it came to be known as Hell Gate, hence the Hell Gate Bridge. And the blue one with the towers that peek out from behind the closer buildings, that is the Triborough Bridge, connecting Queens, the Bronx, and Manhattan. The Triborough, one of the great public works projects by the most influential and the most controversial New Yorker of the 20th century, the legendary or infamous, depending on your perspective, Robert Moses. Robert Moses has certainly done a lot of bad stuff to earn his detractors, but he also did a lot of good stuff to earn his defenders, and the Triborough Bridge was certainly part of the latter, putting lots and lots of ordinary people back to work in the middle of the Great Depression when work was so hard to be found. So, if you like the neighborhoods of New York City and you would like to see more once social distancing does not require us to do it from the roof, please check me out at Beautiful New York Tours. You can search Beautiful New York Tours on Facebook or email me at baker.tours@yahoo.com. Again, that is baker.tours@yahoo. Thank you very much.